Hi, my name is Ram CSJ of a CSE second year, and I'm here to show my project for the Idea Club. My project title is like web development, and basically I have to create a weather dashboard using API and the usage of webhooks. So basically, when I started this project, I had to start it from scratch because I had very little skills on very little understanding of JavaScript and the skills required to do so, but I had a good understanding of HTML and CSS. And when I started reading the problem statement, it was very overwhelming for me at the start because I didn't understand what everything was. But I sure did my research, and it helped me in a lot of ways. And so basically, how did I start? Is I started dissecting bigger problems into smaller ones into sub problems. So when I went through the problem statements line by line, so I thought I had an understanding that I had to start with HTML part. So I did the HTML and CSS part for the website, and this project mainly states that you have to make a real-time weather update to the weather dashboard. So basically, like giving the temperature, the humidity, and the weather conditions, how do they look like, and if people want to subscribe for real-time weather updates, they can subscribe so that they will get real-time weather updates. If some kind of changes, temperature changes, or like humidity changes or something like that, they will get weather updates. So when I started this project, as I said, I started with the HTML part and the CSS part, and JavaScript. I had to learn a little bit from the web. And when I first started, I didn't know what was API itself actually. So I had to work on that first. So API is basically application programming interface, and which helps in giving you data and a retrieval of data to from one software to another. Basically, this essentially what it does in this project is it gives you a real-time weather conditions and forecast for a specified location you choose for. I chose Coimbatore as a location weather condition here, so I'll get real-time updates on my website when I start integrating JavaScript with where I choose the API key, where I have to create an API key in the open weather website where you mentioned it, and I had to code along with it. So in the JavaScript part, I had to integrate the API key, so which fetches the real-time weather updates. And in the HTML part, is just a basic part. I couldn't post the video, also the screen recording here, so I would post my code and you can verify with it. So how I started was, problem was first was API. So I had to figure out what was API. I had to go through a deep learning through it. So it took me like some couple of hours to learn what API was, and how it is used in all these programs and how it is used in this case. So like I used the API key in JavaScript part, and I was able to get the real-time weather updates from it, and I had to use some specific conditions for the email to fill out, because the email requires conditions, right? Like you shouldn't miss those add symbol and everything. So I had to use JavaScript to implement those conditions, required conditions, that if you want to subscribe for the email part, and you get real-time weather updates of Coimbatore, and the weather conditions, basically if it's rainy or if it's sunny or if it's scattering clouds. All those conditions were took out from the API. With the help of API, I could get those understanding. I mean, I could get those information from by integrating with the API. And the webhooks part, basically I was unable to fetch unable to store my subscribers into the JSON file, subscribers JSON file. But I tried my level best on using adding the codes for it, but I couldn't figure it out where I made the mistake. But all my backend servers are working. Like the connection has been established in the Node.js file, and all the files have been created here. So when I started this problem, it was very quite colossal for me. I mean, very overwhelming for me. But once I started getting to know on what exactly I should do, and with the use of internet, I was able to cut down my problems into two different parts, basically the HTML CSS part and the JavaScript part. The JavaScript part itself, I have to cut down within between webhooks, which is basically used to send real time, I mean, which is used basically used to send email notifications to the users who subscribed about the weather conditions. So that part, I'm not able to get the code, I mean, I'm not able to get the output for it, but I tried my level best on doing that as well. But the API part, I was able to get it because all my weather real time weather updates, everything was perfect. And this actually opportunity gave me a lot of learning. This 2 days 3 days of learning gave me more learning than what I did in 1 semester or 2 semesters. So I'm quite thankful for it. And I would really give my time if in this kind of project based learning. And as I said, was a really nice learning opportunity for me. And I will attach the code in my YouTube file, and you can go through it for it. And if you want to explain the code as well, I could give it in a live thing, because this video I was unable to use the screen recorder as well to show every part of the code. So thank you for that.